As Hurricane Milton is approaching landfall on South Florida, multiple tornadoes have formed and are slamming areas such as Fort Myers. Tornadoes hit Florida as Hurricane Milton approaches. Officials issue tornado watch and warnings ahead of storm's expected landfall on Wednesday. I saw a report of 60 tornado warnings had already been issued as of early Wednesday afternoon. The NWS Miami office has broken its record for the most tornado warnings issued in a single day. I have also seen reports of damage in some of these affected areas. The National Weather Service in Miami has issued a warning watch and several tornado warnings for parts of Florida as Hurricane Milton rapidly approaches west central Florida. On Wednesday morning, the NWS reported several tornadoes, including one crossing the I-75 highway, and urged residents to seek shelter immediately. The tornado watch remains valid until Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. ET. I also caught some video of a tornado crossing I-95, if I'm not mistaken. I-95 north may be closed as of right now due to that tornado crossing. Let's take a look in Florida. If we perform a quick Google search, we'll be able to find some reports of what we may be able to see. Florida residents drive across I-95 and NC to escape Hurricane Milton. So this is just people that have fled. Please use patience. Officials say to expect heavier traffic as thousands flee hurricane's path. So I can't find that video as of right now. Nonetheless, we can go ahead and play what we have before us. It already played. Clewiston, Florida.
It's not really on the ground. Oh, there's a little bit on the ground right there.
Dangerous tornado from outer bands of Hurricane Milton seen in Clewiston, Florida. A dangerous tornado is seen in Clewiston. A dangerous tornado outbreak has emerged from the outer bands of Hurricane Milton, posing a significant threat to Florida as the massive storm approaches. More than 60 tornado warnings have already been issued as of early Wednesday afternoon. This comes following the National Weather Service's Storm Prediction Center's SPC issuance of a tornado watch for parts of Central and South Florida. President Biden has said that this is the storm of the century, and you're seeing these peripheral weather formations that I believe are already damaging part of the infrastructure in the areas affected. So possible tornado damage in Fort Myers, Florida on Wednesday as Hurricane Milton approaches the state. You can see the image of a home that's boarded up. Nonetheless, there is some debris coming from I don't know where. If you take a look at the live updates, Hurricane Milton's storm surge begins on Florida Gulf Coast. Hurricane hunters take a deep look. We saw the video yesterday of the hurricane hunters flying into the eye of the storm to analyze the storm further, I guess, to get some readings. Milton brings Florida its most tornado warnings in a day on record. Milton is generating a prolific tornado outbreak in Florida, and it isn't done yet. The National Weather Service has issued 90 tornado warnings in Florida and counting today, more than ever been issued in the state in a single day. A handful of these warnings were given the incredibly serious designation of particularly dangerous situation. You can see the radar mosaic right before us as these tornadoes are starting to form. I believe the tornadoes are the ones marked in red. You see several shapes that are shifting in position, that are turning perhaps or rotating to show you exactly where we have problem areas. At least 11 confirmed tornadoes have roared over parts of Florida since this morning, according to Weather Service reports. Irma generated the second most tornado warnings in a day with 69 on September 10th, 2017. Helene is third with 48 on September 26th. My birthday. Changes in Milton's latest storm surge forecast. As Hurricane Milton moves closer to land, the forecast track has narrowed, allowing for more accurate storm surge predictions. A large area of destructive storm surge is expected along a portion of the west central coast of the Florida Peninsula. Don't let these reports fool you. Nonetheless, just because the cone has narrowed, it is still expected to leave significant damage and devastation. So if you are in the area and you can still get out, I mean, at this juncture, you may just want to seek shelter a place that has a solid foundation that the local authorities have approved for shelter, as opposed to trying to leave now because there's no gas in the area. You don't want to run out of gas. And I know it's a long drive from South Florida, if that's where you're located, or I mean, even the parts approaching South Florida and trying to get out of the panhandle. It's like about a 7 hour drive all the way up and down. So, and plus with all of the traffic and the congestion you may be encountering, in addition, if you have tornadoes forming on these highways, then authorities may have to shut down parts of it and cause even more congestion. If you are in the storm surge warning area, this is an extreme life threatening situation. The time to evacuate is quickly coming to a close. And people were supposed to evacuate yesterday. My uncle told me that he's in Sanibel, that he had to get out yesterday. So it may be at the point where you may just have to seek shelter again that the local authorities are providing. Remember, you're not just endangering yourselves, but also first responders that have to come to your rescue in the event that you want to ride it out for whatever reason. Forecast surge levels for the area from Anna Maria Island to Boca Grande have been nudged down slightly to 9 to 13 feet from 10 to 15 feet. All of the storm surge forecasts have remained the same. This means that the maximum storage surge value being forecasted by the National Hurricane Center for the storm is now 13 feet. That's nothing to sneeze at. Hurricane hunters take a deep look inside Milton's eye. We saw the video yesterday. Hit the subscribe button. I'll keep you updated with more as it arrives.